Today I'm going to be ranking every single weapon in Farlight 84, but keep in mind that this is my opinion, so don't take it personal. Alright, so this is the tier list and I'm going to be ranking the guns from Kami to Baka, Kami being the best and Baka being the worst. So here's how I'm going to rank each of these weapons. Most importantly, the time to kill. That means how fast a gun can kill in a certain amount of time. Then the handling. And finally, the diversity. So is this weapon good overall or just good at a specific range? Alright, so I'm going to kick this tier list off with the generator, which is going to be in Ninja. The generator overall is it's a decent weapon. It's like where I would put smack dab in the center. It's not the best, it's not the worst. It has a kill time of 1.4 seconds with all headshots and 1.33 seconds with all body shots. So overall, it's a mid weapon, but if you're using it at long range, it is a straight beam. But it just takes like an entire mag since it's such a weak AR. Now if they were to increase the damage of this gun, it would probably be in a higher tier because of how good it is when it comes to like the bullet spread accuracy. The bullet spread accuracy I think is probably the best in the entire game. If you're shooting in a straight line, that bullets are going in a straight line. There is no bullet spread with this gun while you're ADSing. Second, we have the porcupine going into Sensei. This gun has had an entirely new makeover. It went from being one of the guns that some people may just pick up at the beginning just because they see it on the ground to being a gun that if you're not using it at close range, you may be at a disadvantage. But this is still just one of the better guns. It doesn't mean it's the best gun, but it is a super good gun with the kill time of all headshots being 0.54 seconds and then all body shots being 1.15 seconds. So that's a big difference from hitting headshots to body shots. Hitting all headshots, you're gonna be having one of the highest, fastest kill times in the game. It's not the fastest, but it's close to being the fastest. We're going to be talking about the fastest a little later on inside of this video. But porcupine, you mainly want to use this at close to mid range. Any further than that, the recoil is going to be kicking you instead of you kicking it. So overall, a very solid weapon. Next up, we have the Invader. The Invader is getting put at Ninja. So this season, it seems like it just got weaker or it's shooting slower. It's something about this gun that just is not as good as it used to be. With a kill time of all headshots being 1.17 seconds and all body shots being 1.57 seconds. So that's really not too much of a difference. So if you're hitting all headshots and all body shots, it's going to be a slight difference, but it's not really going to be like, oh my gosh, you need to hit headshots with this gun. If you don't, you're gonna go crazy, and all of that. It's nothing of that nature. It's if you're shooting at long range, it's okay. It's not the best, but it's still good. If you pick it up, it's good, but you don't really want to use it at close range if you have any other options like the porcupine, the generator, other guns of that nature. So overall, it's a decent weapon. The Stellar Wind, boy oh boy. Stellar Wind is going into Kawaii. I never personally did like this gun to begin with, but now I really despise this gun. It's never been good, and now they made it worse. Kill time of all headshots being 1.11 seconds and all body shots being a terrible whopping 2.35 seconds. That is extremely slow. I think that's probably the slowest inside the whole game. That is the second to last. So the slowest one is the bar. The slowest one is the bar. I'll tell you the time later of the bar, but it's the second slowest out of all the weapons in the entire game. So if you're hitting all body shots with the Stellar Wind, you might as well just just throw in the towel unless you're going against a bot. If the bot doesn't have aimbot, because I'm sure we've all experienced the bot just straight up beaming you from like 50 meters away with a white dwarf. So the Stellar Wind, it's not really much to talk about it. It's not stellar in any way. It's not even a mid weapon. You don't want to use it at close range at all. Like, you never want to use it at close range. At long range, okay. Mid range, it's better. You have better choices. You would rather use the Invader over the Stellar Wind. The Uzi. The Uzi is going to be in Baka. Now, some people may disagree with me on this, but after I've tested this weapon, okay, I'm coming from fact-based information. So anybody else who has anything to say, do not come at me with anything else other than statistics and spreadsheets. This gun cannot one clip anybody if you're hitting all body shots. You need a bare minimum of 3 headshots, and then the rest can be body shots for this gun to one clip anyone. Now, if you're hitting all headshots, it has one of the fastest kill times in the game if you're hitting all headshots, which is extremely hard to do with this small mag capacity. So it kills in 0.51 milliseconds with all headshots. But then body shots, okay, body shots, it kills in 2.47 milliseconds. So I have a correction for earlier. I remember earlier I said that the Stellar Wind was the second slowest killing gun in the game. I meant the 3rd slowest. So that's my correction right there. I made a mistake. It's the 3rd slowest because the Uzi is the 2nd slowest. Okay, it's just, if you're not hitting at least 3 headshots, man, don't pick it up. It's a very high risk, a super high risk, a super high reward. The more headshots, the better. But if you mess around and miss if you mess around and miss your first 3 shots, that's all she wrote. Unless you got a good secondary weapon, you're not gonna get anywhere with the Uzi. So that's why I'm putting it in Baka, because this gun is not really easy to use. You can only use it at close range. The time to kill is good if you can hit the headshot. So it's too many negatives that outweigh the positives. That's why it's in Baka. For the 6th gun on this tier list, we have the White Dwarf going in as a sensei. Now, if you were a Uzi connoisseur or an Uzi lover last season, then the White Dwarf is literally its substitute. This gun has one of the fastest kill times in the game. It's not the fastest, which may come as a surprise to some of you. It's extremely fast. Overall, if you were to average all of the times together, the White Dwarf kills the fastest. But with headshots only, it kills at 0.51 milliseconds and then 1.01 seconds with all body shots. This gun is particularly used at close range. You may be able to get away with it at medium range. Long range, don't even think about it. But this gun is just so good at close range that it has to be in Sensei. Next up, we have the Fanatic going in at Ninja. The Fanatic is a super good gun. It's a shotgun. It's really good if you can hit your shots, and it's pretty hard to hit your shots with this gun. So it kills it with all headshots 0.47 milliseconds, and then all body shots 1.07 seconds. The damage output is good. The time to kill is great. The time to kill is great. The overall usage, you can only use this gun at close range. The White Dwarf, you could get away with probably some mid-range, get some bullets in there. But the Fanatic, you only want to use this at close range, and it's not going any higher than Ninja because it's just harder to use. And then we have the Defender going in at Sensei. You only want to use this gun at longer to mid ranges. Now, if you ever catch yourself in a close quarters combat situation with the Defender, you could get away with it. If you have high skills, like you have good skills, you can get away with killing somebody with the Defender at close range. However, I do not recommend it. If you have any other weapons you can use, an automatic weapon, I recommend you to use that instead of the Defender. So the Defender, if you're hitting all headshots, has a kill time of 0.57 milliseconds and a kill time of 1.50 seconds with all body shots. Overall, this gun is a solid weapon at long range. I recommend to use this over the bar, unless you feel extremely confident in hitting a headshot with the bar. Because if you don't really hit a headshot and then a body shot with the bar, it's just not a good situation. I'll talk a bit more about that later in the video. Now introducing the M4, which is going to be a Sensei, with the kill time of all headshots being 1.59 and all body shots being 1.25. It is a solid weapon at any range. At close range, you're going to be in a good situation. Mid-range, you're doing even better. Long range, you can do it. You can do anything if you put your mind to it with the M4. Overall, a solid weapon. If you have all of its attachments, it's somewhat easy to use. It's easy to control. It's not as easy as it used to be, but if you practice with it, it's one of the easier guns to use in the game. It's just overall a super strong, solid, good weapon. I recommend you to use it. If you can pick this up over the generator, do it. If you can find this over the porcupine, do it. It's just that good of a weapon. Now we're gonna bring out the bloody hounds, mate. It's going to be going in at ninja. The hound is a ninja with a kill time of all headshots, which is going to be extremely hard to do with the shotgun. But with all headshots, it's 0.53 milliseconds, and all body shots 1.33 seconds. Now, it's a shotgun, guys. So at close range, this is where it strives. This is where it thrives. I mean, mid range, you don't want to do it. Long range, don't even think about it. This is just only good for close range. Now, it is a very good gun, but you're gonna have to practice with it. You're gonna have to put in time into learning how to use it. Otherwise, you're gonna be missing all your shots. You're gonna be hitting half the buckeye that comes out of the gun. You're just gonna you're gonna be making a mess if you're not well trained using the hound, which is why I'm putting it in at ninja and not anything higher. It's a good gun if you know how to use it and if you can hit your shots. The VSS. This will be our very first kami and the only kami on this tier list, with a kill time of all headshots being 0.46 seconds and all body shots being 1.13 seconds. The only downside is the magazine capacity, but usually you'll find an extended mag somewhere on the floor. And once you find an extended mag somewhere on the floor, you can use this at close range, you can use this at mid range, you can even tap fire at long range with the VSS. It does great damage, it has a good kill time. It's just overall a super good weapon. There is not really many cons other than the extended mag. If you find an extended mag, you want to be using this gun. What I run this season is the AK and the VSS. If I can't find an AK, best believe I'm using 2 VSSs. VSSs? Reassess this. Can't do it. Next up, we have the UMP 99 at ninja with a kill time of 1 second with all headshots, and then with all body shots 1.14. So with the UMP, honestly, you just want to hit your shots. Don't worry about getting headshots. Other guns, yes, you want to hit some headshots. It's always better to hit headshots, but the UMP 0.14 seconds, like that's not a big difference at all. So just go ahead and hit all body shots. Now, this gun is good at close range. It's an SMG, has good mobility, doesn't slow you down too much while you're running. And at medium range, you can use it. You don't really want to if you have an AR. If you can find an AR, use that at mid range instead of the UMP. You can get away with it, but at long range, don't do it. You don't want to do it at long range. It's not made for that. And then we have the Jupiter. This gun used to be the strongest or the most used weapon back in the day, and it is still a very solid weapon now, but you could argue me down and maybe change my mind to put this in Sensei, maybe a lower ranked Sensei, but for now it's just the highest ninja. It can be used at close range, it can be used in mid range, it can be used at long range. Overall, super good, but the damage output is the only problem. With the kill time of all headshots being 1.01 seconds and all body shots being 1.33 seconds, it's just not gonna kill them that fast. I mean, it's good, but it ain't good enough. Now, this may come as a surprise, okay? The Ancient Star is going in Kawaii. What? It's going in Kawaii? Why did you put the Ancient Star in? It's a 2-shot tap? Yeah. It takes 2 taps to kill if you can hit all headshots. With the fastest kill time in the entire game, with all headshots, of course, being 0.13. That is a 0.13 milliseconds if you can hit all headshots. Now, body shots, drum roll please. It takes 2.26 seconds. How did it go from 0.13 to 2.26? Well, because it can't 2-tap to the body. I've tried it, it doesn't work. So unless you're a higher level, let's say you're a level 10 and then you're shooting at somebody with a blue shield, okay, it can 2-tap. But if y'all all have red shields and y'all all are level 10, you're not 2-tapping nobody. You're gonna have to reload and it's gonna cost you the gunfight. So that's why it's going to go down in Kawaii. It's already hard to use since it only has 2 bullets and you can only use it at close range. Don't even try it in mid range. Definitely not at long unless you got some screws loose. But if you can hit the 2 headshots to the head, and if you got it like that, hey, this gun will be the best gun in the entire game if you can always hit 2 headshots consistently. And if somebody wants to try that and just do a challenge or make a compilation or something like that, just at me and I will watch it. And I'll even give you a stinking shout out. Because if you can get a lot of headshots to the point where you can make a video about it with the Ancient Star, that is impressive. The Mad Rabbit is going in Ninja with 0.58 milliseconds with all headshots and 0.12 seconds with all body shots. This gun is a very solid weapon, okay? But it's an SMG. It's not the craziest in the game. It's also not the worst in the game. Some people may be like, bro, but it's gotten such a good buff. You can probably put it higher. Yeah, but it's still an SMG, okay? It's good, but it's not great compared to the other options inside of the game. Honestly, it's pretty obvious what guns you should be using this season. It's either it's super good, then it's mid, and it's like, okay. The only gun where it's like it could be super good or it could be super bad is the Jupiter, because it's just an AR. But the Mad Rabbit is just a mid weapon, but it's super good compared to what it used to be back in older seasons. It's actually usable now. If you can find this in early game, pick it up, because it is that good at close range in early game. Later game, if you can find a different weapon to switch it out with, please do. Now I like to call this gun the Mad Rabbit's younger brother, which may come as a surprise because the Mad Rat is going to be going in Kawaii. It is a semi-automatic weapon, and you're not going to be hitting all your shots with the semi-automatic weapon, unfortunately. But if you do, okay, if you don't miss a single bullet, if you don't miss one bullet, you're hitting all headshots, you'll kill at a time of 1.06 seconds. That's not that fast compared to all the other kill times. And then you're gonna have, for all body shots, 1.38 seconds. Now at close range, you can get away with using this if you don't have any other weapons in sight, but you're always gonna wanna find another weapon as soon as you can to get rid of this weapon. But in mid range, this gun could be good if you're hitting all of your shots. And at long range, I just wouldn't really recommend it. It's gonna be very frustrating to try to hit all your shots with the Mad Rat at long range. Coming in at number 17 on this tier list is the AK. It's still one of my favorites, and it's going in Sensei. And it's not just going there because it's one of my favorites. It's my favorite because it is a Sensei. With the kill time of all headshots being 0.50 seconds, but then all body shots being 1.12 seconds. It's good at close range, it's good at mid range, and you could get away with using it at long range. Some people have trouble using it, but if you just practice with the gun, guys, just practice with the gun and pull down on the screen. That's all you have to do. It's not really much horizontal recoil. Just pull down. Once you learn how much you need to pull down with the AK, it's very easy to control, which is why it's going in as Sensei. It's not as good as the M4 in terms of usability overall, because the recoil can start kicking in pretty bad at longer ranges, which is why the M4 is higher than the AK. But I still use the AK because of the damage. The MF-18. This gun is a baka. Now, I think we all know without any explanation why this gun is going in as the worst tier inside of the whole game. It is the worst gun inside of the whole game. You can only really use it at close range. Don't even want to use it at medium. Definitely not at long. The mobility is good, so if you want to run around the map with a gun in your hand for whatever reason, yeah, you can use it then. But kill time with all headshots is 1.19 seconds, some of the slowest inside the whole game. And then 1.39 seconds with all body shots. So it's not really even much of a difference with headshots and body shots, and it's slow anyway, so even if it was a good difference, it still wouldn't matter because it still has a very slow kill time, and it's a semi-automatic, so it's harder to use. So it's a hard to use gun with a terrible kill time, and it's not it, chief. It just ain't it. The Bar 95. Bar 95 is going into Ninja, okay? Now, obviously you only want to use this at mid to long range, but if you ever catch yourself in a situation in close range, if you know how to quick scope, you will be decently in shape. But with the long kill time and everybody playing together, some people call it holding hands, but I call it good teamwork. So if everybody has good teamwork and they're working together, you just won't survive. If you have 2 bars, you just won't survive because you got 4 people pushing you with the kill time of all headshots being 1.54, which is good. It's good. If you have a different gun to switch to that's an automatic, that's good. However, if you're only using the bars, so 1.54 headshot and then 3.35 seconds with all body shots, because you have to bolt the bullet back into place. So that's why I'm putting it at this tier. If you're hitting a headshot and then a body shot, if you're going in a 1v1, right? Now, if you just happen to take out the rest of the squad, now you got one person at the end of the game, you're trying to clutch it. I'm gonna solo squad, I got all my people watching me. I got 10 people spectating and 50 likes, I'm already on fire. Now you can get away with using it. You just need one headshot and one body shot, and then that wraps it up. So 2 shots total. Headshot, body shot, good. Headshot, good. Body shot, no good. And then the MG7. I haven't even seen this gun this season. I haven't seen the Rhino or the MG7 this season. I was even tallying down how many times I've seen a weapon, and some of these guns are just hard to find in the first place. But if you ever find them, good for you. MG7 is going in at Sensei with a headshot kill time of 0.58 seconds and all body shots being 1.20 seconds. It is a good weapon if you can find it. If you can find it, use it. If you can't find it, well, guess you can't use it then, huh? It can be super good at close range, super good at medium range. Now, at long range, the recoil can get out of control and it's just not really gonna be too good. But the damage is still good, so if you can tap some bullets out, pop, 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 that's pretty good for you. But otherwise, if you find it, it's a solid gun. Last but not least, the Rhinoceros. The Rhino coming in at Kawaii. The good thing about the Rhino is that it has the same kill time no matter what. If you can tap your finger fast enough with all headshots, well, fun fact, if you shoot it in the body, it's the same as shooting it in the head. It doesn't change because when you shoot it, it has an explosive radius that covers the whole body. So it's headshot and body shot at the same time. So it's 2.33 seconds because once you shoot, boom, now you gotta wait. And then boom, then you're dead. So that's why I'm putting this in Kawaii. But otherwise, it has super good damage. So if you can hit one shot, good, and then switch to a different gun to finish off the enemy. But if you only have the Rhino, not good, because yeah, they're gonna catch you in the middle of trying to put another rocket inside of the gun. Alrighty, this is the Dojo certified Farlight 84 tier list. I hope you agree with it, but if you don't, you will forever be banished from the dojo, never to return. I put the tier list template in the description, so if you want to make your own and send it to me on Discord or whatever you want to do with it, have at it. But until next time, my good people, this is the way of the dojo. Peace.